Okay, so it appears the stream actually has gone live. I've got morning cup of coffee for Sunday. Definitely starting my day off right. I've got some bins for sorting because I'm going to be building an alternate build for the castle, Creator 3-in-1 castle. I want to build this main tower. And if you know anything about Creator 3-in-1s, it means the only ones that work with the bags is your main build. I'm just going to have to unbag everything and sort them into bins in order to build this afterwards, so I'm going to go ahead and just start off with that ready to go. I'm also at the same time listening to Brickitect stream his efforts to sort out and price mark some Pokemon trading cards. So for now, I just want to get started pulling this out. I'm going to have to open all the bags and start putting all the parts out and then start sorting some stuff. So that's it's going to be a big step on its own. That might literally be all that happens in this stream today. We got some other stuff going on. I'm still in pajamas. Gonna do some house cleaning today. Lots of fun. So I'm gonna go ahead and open this up. I think I don't actually even have a knife in here right now because I had to break down boxes yesterday. I'm just gonna try to use a brick separator from the other set. Yeah. Sounds like me. I'm trying to find a way to break this a little bit. If I can grab a Lego sword, maybe. I'm gonna be right back. I'm gonna go get a plate. Actually, let's grab one of these Lego swords. It should be enough to pop that little piece of tape. That's all I need. Nope, those bend pretty easily. Maybe this one will be less flexy. Nope. Alright, I'm gonna go get a real blade. Like I said, I was gonna do a second ago. Alright, blade. All just so that I can cut this. Yeah. Oh well. Alright, it's a fairly large set for those who didn't know already. I have the main castle built behind me. It seems like this looks like a normal, like cereal box, but then ends up without the display in it. Anyways, put that over there with the other empty box. So the instruction book for the ultimate build. Both are together in one book. We have the main build book and then the alternate builds book. So I'll set this on the side as well. And it should show, yeah, you have to open all the bags in order to build it. So it's going to be interesting. Sort large plates and then smaller pieces in there. It's going to be a lot of bag noise for the next few minutes. gonna take a while just to sort this stuff. It's a whole lot of pieces that are going to get sorted. Okay, that's the pile. This is all of the parts. I feel like this needs a screenshot of some kind of here. Just this pile in front of me. So I'm sort all the major plates out that I can grab quickly to up here. So that way whenever I'm looking and I see that I need a bigger plate, it's going to be up there. Plus this will help to like move a bulk of stuff up out of the way. There's a lot of these ones can stack. All those tan ones, those. Hey, who's there with me? Hey, Jose. That's legendary. Dude, it's just me. Like, I'm just sitting here. I dumped out all of the bags for the second box of castle. So I still have my main castle built here. I've already put some next lights on it. And this is to build the tower. So I've dumped everything out because you can't build alternate versions of Lego creator sets based on bag sets. So you have to just sort everything. So I'm starting to try to get through everything and pull large plates out for now, and then I'm going to have to figure out how I'm going to sort next from here. I think bins wise, I'll probably start with small, light bluish gray is going to be probably one of these bigger bins because I'm going to need, there's tons of these tubes. There's actually probably enough that I can make a whole separate one just for the cylinders. But yeah, I got to kind of get organized, and that's mostly what I'm going to try to do with this stream is just get so that I have all the parts mostly sorted out so that I can follow the instructions a little better. That's the idea. I know there's quite a few of these dark bluish gray panels, which is taking up probably a lot of physical space here, so if I sort those away right now, probably be alright. That might not even be a big enough bin for those, because they are fairly sizable parts. I'm also listening to Brickatech try to sort out his Pokemon cards, price them, and post them to eBay, it sounds like. I haven't been able to hear a lot the last few minutes because this was very noisy dumping all of these out. I may put dragon stuff aside because I don't know. Well, maybe they're gonna use it. I don't know. All the green stuff seems a little strange. I gotta put minifigure parts somewhere. Minifigure, because I know there's a couple in here. Skeleton hairpiece. Legs. Doors. Windows. Legs. Pretty good. Sunday, I'm up, having some coffee. This was going to be a little weird because I can't just do that. Well, I guess once I start the book, but for now I'm sorting. I'm just sorting and sipping. And then here in a little bit we're going to clean up the house. So then maybe I'll come back tonight. We'll see. There's a lot of, like, there's not a lot. There's a few little, like, accessory things. So I got, like, a chest topper, a bin, there's a barrel. There's not too many of those, like, kind of part-specific things. There's the rest of the chest. So it shouldn't be too bad. I know there's apples and all kinds of other stuff over here, too. I'm trying to get through bigger parts first, so they help finding this stuff easier later. So, like, any of the plates that are decent size, I like to start sorting those because they usually end up taking up lots of space while you're trying to go through, and it makes it easier to find those starting pieces too. A lot of times you start with some kind of a plate, so sorting out the plates. A lot of times then I'll go by color if it starts getting too small. Got these large bricks that need to go into one of the bins, so they're going to be hard to pull out, or they're going to take up a lot of space for one too, and it'd be nice to look over and just grab those. There are a lot of tall ones in this too, so that might be something to look at. Lots of the, like, the tree branch things, let's just do those. Any of the ones that are like arches, do all of the arches together, even different colors, it's fine. Because there's a handful of different kinds of arches, even the small ones. Window. Arch. I'm going to put green separately because that's just like the dragon stuff, and I'm assuming, I gotta look at this picture. I'm assuming they don't use the green in the actual tower build. That's my assumption, but it could be wrong. But yeah, mostly this morning, at least right now, it's probably going to be a lot of sorting, and that's about it. Unfortunately, this stuff takes a while to sort for these creator alternate builds because they don't. You know what? I'm going to do a space, probably a larger one because these are fairly sizable pieces, and there's quite a few of them for all the roof slope pieces. All these like dark blue slopes, even the ones that are like corner slopes. We'll go ahead and go with those. Even the thin ones. Dark blue slopes. So I was having an issue scanning them because of them being so shiny. There's a handful of these slopes that got sucked into the center of the small pieces pile, but we'll let those be for now. I also have another plate that was buried underneath here. So, ooh, almost lost it. Tan plate. Let's go with a small bin for these big green slopes. I don't know if I'm going to really need that, because there aren't a ton of them. There's another. Oh, there's a weird little alternate piece of bread. There's the greens. Green slopes, dark green or sand green slopes. So kind of a weird thing just for the green area on the last castle. So I wonder what they're gonna do with those. If they're gonna use them all. So those wagon wheel parts. I don't want to put these in their own whole separate sort of bin. I'll put this with the kind of the stranger parts over there. All of the regular bricks lined up over here, because lots of 1x4 bricks. Lots and lots. Let's go. 1x3s and 1x4s. Since there's quite a few of them, can just put them in there. Lots of dark bluish crit 1x4s, so that'll need its own little place and be a good thing to be able to just go grab those. I am going to put 1x3s in there just because there's, oh gosh, there's only a couple, so that's going to be hard to get to, isn't it? We'll see. Yeah, I mean, there's a couple of 1x3s. There's enough that I'm just going to put them in there to not have to worry about it. Those are all 1x2 separately. Hey, you. What's up? It's live, but it's fine. What's up? To what? Sure. No, you're fine. Do 1x2s.
I'm going to get our medicine.
Okay.
Do you need anything? It's the grocery store, so.
No.
Okay.
Thank you. I am, but it's fine. Her kid is going to be chuffing furious. Honestly, that her kid probably pulled what he thought was the expensive stuff out of here. Because you would think there would be some cards that are completely remarkable. But why he didn't take those shiny ones, I don't know. That's the odd thing. These were just all in the bin, like they weren't cared for. So, who knows? Probably just wasn't into it anymore. Just grabbing all the 1x2s, even if they're a couple of these little curved ones. We'll just put this in with the arches, curved pieces, I guess. And again, already said I listed here too, so if I do end up selling this to you, if probably get away with this easier if I just did by color, but.
Oh yeah, James says he was late to shoot because of Lego. Congratulations on that. That's always good thing to do for sure. 17 cents. Is this number 67? I should be looking at these clothes.
By 2. Oh, I still haven't done anything with that one. Which piece I was just looking at? No. Oh, this thing. Blue slopes. Blue slopes. New figure piece.
That's okay.
Skeleton. I don't really want to get into this small stuff just yet.
Take some time. I can tell you for certain that the cards in those piles will reflect a pattern outside the artwork. Won't be worth too much at all. They're called reverse hollows. So inside the artwork are the ones that are worth more then, right? Is that the correct thing?
Shield.
Hopefully that's right.
Printed tile can go over here with the rare parts or odd parts.
I don't know if it'll ever take me anywhere in life because I don't really intend to collect these beyond this. This is just an opportunity that kind of came up. And I thought it'd be fun to stream. Let's see, this one is 114. So this one's worth 26 cents.
Here we go. Larger bricks. 1x2s, 1x3, or 2x2s, 2x3s, 2x4s, and 80s.
Okay, so that is a Halloween Youth, and it's worth $12.52. That's cool. I'll take that.
$12, something on
I tell you,
thing.
this is kind of aggravating though. It's like people from the chat say one thing and then Mateo's like, "Don't listen to anyone in the chat. I don't know who to believe. I don't know what to believe." He says, "Go back here, comments and scan them. Some older cards can still be worth something even if they're not rare or shiny." I don't know how old some of these are, but it's like 1,200 cards. I suppose I could. Wonder how much.
These are gonna be all the bricks with
How much would you invest?
like slopes. So I have inverted slopes. There's a brick.
Somebody can make out like a damn
If they're not like,
30 cents.
let's just get all of these in there. So that way,
Mateo says,
got a place for the bigger.
reverse hollows are worth $50 plus. Yeah, I have one of those. But so far, I'm looking at all of these, and this whole pile is worth less than $1. So it's really hard, it seems, to find Pokemon cards that are worth a lot of money. I mean, this one is nice. That's a nice find for $12. I'll sell that individually. So this one is SM88. This one's worth $1.80.
It's gonna be annoying to shuffle through those though.
24 cents.
Maybe it won't be so bad. Looking through for different angled pieces.
Energy card that's shiny. Are these worth anything? I don't think that's a skin. I just saw that was a shiny one, so maybe someone should get that. So none of these are great.
Got a little bit of a system finally started, I think. There's lots of 1x2s, lots of sloped pieces.
This is number 1 out of 12.
Get those castle angles.
So that one is worth $4.45. Pretty good.
I may need to actually put that in the larger center one. We'll see. Those angles are starting to.
Anyone in the chat, Miguel wants to know if anyone knows if there's an app for Yu-Gi-Oh cards. I don't know anything about cards. Shiny Yu graded lowest 89, highest 219. Let's see if we can look up ones that aren't graded. Let's look up ones that are kind of
I hear my dog out there making some noise. Probably
it's
me too.
graded card is going for $89.
Hey Andy, what's up? Yeah,
Just a
this is everything out of one of the big 3-in-1 castle sets, because you know if you're doing an alternate build for a 3-in-1, you have to just go to the bags and dump everything out and resort. So
it's like you're
trying to get sorted so that I can then grab the instructions and start building with some kind of a semblance of being able to find a part without shuffling through this and building over here. So just kind of trying to sort stuff out a little bit. I decided to go 1x2s, anything basically together over here. I know that's going to probably make me upset later shuffling through those trying to find a particular 1x2, but it's about the best I think I can do. So I'm trying to figure out, like, after having built the last one, make a guess at what's going to be the most commonly found pieces all throughout, and so like make those have their larger storage area over there. So alright, I need a small place for like all tiles because there aren't really that many tiles.
See, there you go. Non-graded
those green slips. I think I ended up putting all of the slipped pieces together there. So.
And if somebody out there would enjoy it, that's makes sense.
Is it worth putting tall bricks all together in one thing? So there are quite a few tall bricks in this
I think
one.
it's fair to sell at least for 25 cents each.
So I usually sort by like brick type,
Promo number 10.
but my concern is that
There, that card's $4.51.
I needed to just sort by color. It might have been so much easier if I had done that.
Never said balance collection. This will be worth something. But yeah, I don't think the cards are that old. I think
Yeah, that could help too. Just look at the part count and actually figure out what has the most. And again, I'm not necessarily looking to sort individual pieces entirely. I just had a dog open the door for me. Just trying to make it so it's manageable. Oh, or Addison
Calling me
did.
a dog?
I thought the dog might have opened the door. Sometimes they do that.
When I was showing, I put in his costume.
Put the dogs in costumes and you're sending them in here. Well, thank you for that.
if I knew what that meant, that'd be amazing. It sounds like
I don't like doing stuff for me.
No, she does
See
not.
here?
lots of hay.
Yeah, she's wearing Rosie's costume now.
Yeah. Rosie's not wearing a costume. Well, Rosie was laying down, and also she doesn't. It's hard to get her to the costumes. And then Hallow's a gentleman.
She's so dense. Yeah, he's wearing his tuxedo. Hallow's got a tuxedo on. Oh, Rosie's up now. She's. I don't know if you can see. Oh, there. Now you can see her probably too much. It's Mr. Hallow in his tuxedo. Don't knock that bin off. You guys paw on it. That would have been fun.
Suki doesn't like being picked up, but and you can't see her. But she has a Mrs. Claus outfit on. Come on, pups. Okay, pups, up. Rosie, up.
I think I'm almost at a point I can manage this. I'm gonna move a couple of small pieces into some of these bins. Probably should have just went with small pieces in bins, but see, like tubes. I feel like I absolutely need the tubes in a bin. So the bricks, the larger bricks are coming out. Actually, here, we'll do this. Those go in there, but I'm also going to add all these L bracket like bricks, and then this is going to be like literally almost entirely filled with just tubes. Like the little 1x1 cylinders. There's so many in this set that it's that's why, and 1x2s. Like there's a ton in it. So bricks and L bricks are going to go into this. There are quite a few of those. 1x2s are in here. Those over there. Handful of tiles, not a ton, but a few. Andy, what do you got? Yeah, I'll let her know you said hey. She just wanted to come show off the dogs. Yeah, I don't know if I'll do anything more than just sorting today because there's still a lot to this. We are going to try to clean. I say this today. I'm going to probably not do more than sorting during this session, maybe. We'll see. Because I got to turn to cleaning house as well. So that's one of those things. Like I just wanted to get this started at least. I know this is going to take, even just the sorting portion is going to take some time. These are more than one brick tall, so I'm going to go ahead and put them in the tall ones, even though they're just not. I'll just put them like all the way at the other end too. There's quite a few of those. These are used to make arrow slit windows, and I dropped into the wrong spot. Oh, no, get lost in this little. Okay, tubes, all over the place. $4 card. Good job, Greg. He's like, he spent $15 on this set. I know, Andy, you know, but like, it's pretty crazy going through and turning that into some more money. I think he just found one that was $12.50 on its own, just a card, single card. So go through and figure that out and make your money back pretty quick. jumpers with tiles, maybe. Let's just do that. So
my setup here is I have a light behind me. I've got a GoPro set up right here. I've got a camera out here. My microphone is here.
slowly but surely making my way across this.
We got the iPhone screen
Kind of trying
on
to
the side there.
just get some parts together, so at a minimum I can kind of look over and find stuff in a specific area. We'll keep these technical together.
Hey, Charmander. You're not gonna scan, are you? You're too fancy pants. Too fancy to scan. Put him in the do not. Oh, nope, that's scan the one under it.
Got some like space for technical pieces over here, Technic stuff. Ball joints maybe. Yeah, I don't have. I should have more bins, but I just didn't feel like emptying other things in order to get those there.
58 cents on that.
Okay. I feel like if I remove almost all the tubes and tires and 1x2s out of the small stuff, then I'd probably end up with a decent pile of stuff that I can kind of look through and find at least. Because there are a lot of those, and so like I've got these curves. There's a couple things in here still that are parts of these other ones, I think.
Thank you guys for tuning into this, though. I debated whether to put this on here yesterday. I was like, well, I'm streaming, so let's just put it on here. I was going to put it on Perfect Live. It's going to be like my extra stream, I guess.
I don't know if I'll build that particular ambulance. It's definitely going to provide me with inspiration because I need
But I thought, you know what?
I need like a different color scheme. It's for a reason. Like I have a purpose for what I'm trying to do.
I thought you might be curious as to
I'll be looking towards retirement soon and having and the ambulance concept is a part of this plan I have towards retirement. So I just kind of wanted to start looking around and see.
So if you went to McDonald's, did they have
And that's definitely the design I'm looking for, but maybe even bigger, unfortunately.
or did you? How did you acquire these cars from McDonald's?
The question becomes like, if I find the right size of tires, because it's really all about the wheels. It'd probably end up being about
Miguel says the app doesn't
the right scale if I was to do it the way I think I want to do it. As like the creator expert Porsche that I'm looking at over there, the Porsche. If I used that size and then scaled out to make it the box and the truck, I think that would probably be more like the scale I want. Because I want to be able to detail some of the inside stuff in more detail than minifigure scale. Because that one's definitely a pretty good minifigure scale one. But maybe it needs to be minifigure scale. I don't know. Lots and lots of tubes in here. Just a 1x1 tube. If I do nothing other than sort deals out here, I'll probably have half this piled on. Tubes and cones, I guess, could go into this together because that's about the same. I'm gonna grab these 1x2s because there's lots of 1x2s in here also.
You got a pack and a half of meal. Last time I got one, it was 3 cards, so that'd be like $10 right there. More. Nice profitable Happy Meal. Actually, don't. But I want my Happy Meal toy. What? We got one here, boys. 171. BP.
What did he say? 171? If that thing's worth $171,
This goes for
that's crazy.
$6.
Oh, I was like, did you just say $171? I was freaking out a little
That's the
bit.
one I got. $6. Sweet.
Thanks. Yeah, I'm trying to keep it mostly close to the chest. I had,
Jedi Lego Wars.
I did like a Marine Corps birthday
My stickers. I'm not even.
celebration and talked about it with a few people there, and I've talked about it with a few of my colleagues, like just to make sure that the idea is not stupid and it's support for veterans and to start with, and then I think eventually more than just veterans will expand beyond that. But I think it's a good idea, and it's something I'd like to do, and I think that's an important part of moving into my retirement is like that it's not just gonna make money, but it's something I really like want to do, and it makes the difference that I feel like I want to make in the world more than just myself. So I feel like that's an important part of my plan and what I want to do. Help keep me motivated as I move from something that's the only thing I've ever known in my life, being a Marine, and then move towards this new adventure.
And they have like one there and it's on sale. I'm an idiot. We'll stop there. Is it actually 12? Darkman, you gotta wrap it up on the craft, bud. You've been playing for a while. Okay, get your diamonds and then we'll wrap it up on the craft for boss beans. Alright, 42 seconds. I didn't realize how much time had passed here. I'm actually really enjoying this. This is like really satisfying. I don't know how this is to watch. This might be exciting.
Yeah, if you're watching what Greg's doing as well, having the mobile screen able to be seen is a big deal. We started doing some of those. That was like one of the earliest things we did on the Addison Versus channel was integrated iPad games to the channel, and then would play. Like we were trying to play like once or twice a week with the game. Oh, that's one more thing. With the game like on the screen, and then we're down there in the corner. It was fun. Like it was definitely something we should go back to. Like we do games here every once in a while, using the Xbox and the game studio side. So. Hinges. So there's the question. It's a 1x2, but it's got the hinge function. Put this here. Now I'm gonna put it with like the technical stuff so that way I don't lose those and dig around in 1x2s trying to find the ones with the hinge. So that'd be annoying. All the minifigure parts are going over there. Hinge guy. Alright. Mama Bear looks like at the store to pick up prescriptions. So I got a little bit longer, be able to finish sorting I think, and that's probably about the most I'll be able to do. Larger bricks.
What's more satisfying, getting a $10 Pokemon card or getting batons? Are you sure? I don't know.
Hinges.
I got an idea, Clark. I got an idea to make things less awkward here.
Maybe these are all like the 1x1 brick.
Hey, way less
So, and tubes.
We're no longer floating heads. Isn't that something? It was weird. It's almost like we're looking out of the.
So I feel like I could probably still dig through these and find bricks versus tubes.
Too soon to make that joke?
It could be, and we're gonna end up. I don't know if you've heard at all about the plan. Me and
Let's see what we got here.
Shy Time, it's my time. Our planning with these is to. I have 3. He has 3. He's done his builds. I'm doing mine right now, and then the idea would be to develop a concept where we can bring all 6 together with some kind of a design to incorporate 6 of these, which is kind of crazy, but that's kind of the plan. And then to put my army in defense of the massive 6 castles castle, and his is attacking the castle. The tower setup comes with the siege equipment, so I'm thinking building towers and castles together is probably the right way to do this. So if we each have we need to be able to build 4 towers, 2 of the main castle walls be able to be front and back. That's my first impression. And then that way we would have 4 trebuchets as well that could just be added to his army, which is like in attack mode. So it seems like that would be using them. It's still displaying like some kind of a fairly standard concept, but showing a fun, cool way to present the information at least. That's the idea. One of the ideas. Shield, flags. And I probably can just scoot like the super tiny pieces all together to the side and be able to find stuff out of those. Oh, there's a pretty good sized plate. How'd that end up still in there? Buried underneath all the small pieces. We'll see. I don't know if we can take the spotlight, but because there's some huge stuff. One of the guys we talked to a couple days a week is kind of new to building big and coming to shows, I guess, and he had this massive airship. I don't know if you've seen it at Brick Fair, but oh, man, it was so cool. Like I could see it from where we were sitting at my stand, and I was like, I want to go over there and look at that. Like that was my whole thought. Like most of the day, it was like I gotta go look at this thing because that thing is amazing. And I just kept thinking about it. So at some point, I finally took a break and left my post and went over and checked that out. I was like, I gotta go see that. I gotta go see that shit. That thing is amazing. So. Getting there, slowly but surely chipping away at it. I think I'm gonna end up while I'm doing my overall build videos, because at some point I'm gonna need to turn this whole thing into like an overall concept video. These are just gonna be time lapses. I'll go grab my live streams. That's part of why I wanted to live stream them, because when I stream, I automatically record it to my hard drive. So it's just an easy setup to just go back and grab those and turn them into a time lapse. Man. Greer cracks me up, but I wonder if maybe when he finishes up, he'll drive traffic over to me, because I'd like to actually be able to do this as well. This sorted slope one, it's not going to work like that. I'm going to have to switch some of these around, because that's way too full to be able to even find anything in. So I'll probably move the tall pieces into there and move all of these into that, because I'm not going to be able to find anything. It's not going to work. This I can work with, but that much stuff in that small of a corner piece, no way. Didn't realize there was going to be that many. Should have though. There's lots of sloped pieces to this because it's trying to create all of the angles for a castle. I just got it.
Jedi says I'd go through the whole lot if I were you, Mrs. Fine. How about this? After we get through these, I'll go grab one of the boxes. I'll grab the box with 4 cards in there. We'll just start rapid firing and see if we have any. Imagine we find 1 card.
Alright, so those are out of there. Let me take this corner.
I know this is very
These slopes are just way too much. And I guess the problem with looking at like you suggested, looking at the box or looking at the instructions to see the parts list, would be I'm kind of grouping together kinds of bricks, and that would mean looking across the board and grabbing a whole bunch of different kinds of things and figuring out what that count looks like. Because these are just everything that's sloped, that's not the roof slopes, because the blue slopes, there's a lot of those. There's enough in there. That's cool. So there, that's enough for those to be so far. And I think there's still more. And these are like taller bricks. So like I can probably still be okay with those because they kind of look different. Oh, one of those was one of the 1 by, like, it's 1 by 1 but vertical, taller with studs on the side, so it's a little weird. I don't want those in there. I want those separated. Oops, see, it just keeps going. Yeah. I don't know. Me and Shy will have to check it out. So. I feel like once I get this, the pieces I've kind of decided are coming out of this that are larger, they are like kind of more than just tiny pieces. I should be able to then look at this pile and find just the tiny piece that I might be looking for. Hopefully. And maybe I'll sort these by color too. Just like keep the small stuff sorted by color. One red tile. Where did that go? Don't remember. Half plates. My definition of technical pieces is a little different for this build because if it's not specifically technic, but it's just not a standard brick. There you go. Found a $10 card. That's a pretty good find. And again, for a $15 garage sale purchase, finding anything in that pile worth $10 basically made his money back. Look at that. And I know he's found another one too, so it's definitely in the black for that. Oh, I put a slope piece in the wrong one. Slope. Put 1 by 2. Slope in.
They're so important in their lives, probably just because you need them in most cases. But like, there was never a better feeling than coming home from work and Rosie Bear just like busting through the door, so excited to see me. I just love that feeling. What? Hold on, guys.
You find a huge, huge, huge one?
Can't be right, can it? This is number 3. In the middle of the screen there. It says rare hollow number 3. Foil. Market $308.12.
Holy crap.
Are you kidding me right now?
$308.
Did we just get a $300 card in here?
Wow. That would be pretty.
I'm not gonna get my hopes up though.
That would be cool.
I'm not gonna get too excited because I don't know if this is true. I need some cases. Alright, take a gander at it, guys. I need the Pokemon detectors to take a gander.
Yeah, I mean, I could use more sorting trays, but I know this build is also small and tall, so I'll probably be okay to build like in a smaller space than normal.
$60.
But
Let's take a look at. It's not in great shape, dude. I would take $150 for this any day. Like $150, lowest one on eBay, all day, all day.
and it probably sells super fast.
Holy smokes, guys!
All these little minifigure accessory type things. You get out of there.
Like the crazy thing is,
Frog.
I don't even know how to assess the value of these. Like if I look at this card looks no different to me than like many of these other ones. I mean, it looks cool and stuff. And it's not in very good shape though. Like there's definitely some corner issues and stuff. Even $100 though, right? What does it matter? I paid $15 for all these cards. I put this on eBay for
Yeah, you probably do, man. Like, it might be worth your time the way he's doing it now to go back and start going through, see just for value if you do want to get rid of them, if it's not something you want to keep, or at least to preserve those. Yeah, preserve those ones that are really of high value beyond what they have right now. If you wanted to still hold on to those, imagine how much they'd be worth later, you know? Especially if you, like he was just talking about, put them in sleeves, get them totally protected and cleaned up. Yeah. So these are 1x1 tubes so far. I'm gonna go ahead and put all of the 1x1 like similar, so that it's like, even if it's a brick, all these 1x1s bricks. So I feel like then this clears this small stuff. It's very easy to manage. Because there are a lot of 1x1s bricks and tubes.
178 market is 308. So I should put this online for $100 or $150. Why not? Maybe somebody snags this. What do you think, Mateo?
That's pretty awesome, dude. Congratulations, Greg. That's a good find.
Brooke, you just came in at the right time. We just found the most expensive card in the entire lot. The Titanic. We found a couple more of these. We got the Titanic.
Like you said, he's a Daily Bugle. I'm telling you, go back and get a Benny spaceship. It'd be fun to build those together. I'll build this Benny spaceship with you, Greg. I got 2 of them sitting around here in parts right now because I'm trying to build this spaceship in September, and I went way too ambitious. So.
This is the most exciting Sunday you've ever had. Imagine it being on a Pokemon card. That's cool, man. I know it's not like $1 million card or anything. I know it's damaged. You can see the
1x1's not so questionable. I don't know. I'll leave that there for now.
I got some fancy pants we can put it right up here so you guys can see it. With maybe some lighting.
I think Greg's pretty excited. That's a pretty amazing find, though.
It's not perfect by any means, but it's got to be something. It's got to be worth something to someone out there. You know, if you don't mind having like.
Progress on the ship has stopped. So I built the engine. I started greebling it. September ended, and you know it became apparently clear to me that like there was no way I built it in any kind of a short timeline with the way I have time for building. Like the fact that I've even built both days this weekend is very uncommon for us. We usually have tons of stuff going on, so to be home 2 days in a row is not normal for our house. So my schedule doesn't work to try to build huge like I for some reason thought in just a single month. So I think what I'm going to do is I'll plan a more realistic September for next year, one that's not quite so large. But I still want to build this ship. So once I get through January's show, which is Bricks LA, by the way, I don't know if I answered your question. You asked where is their show. It's at the Pasadena Convention Center in January. So, but yeah, I'm going to build that thing with Shy. This came up like last minute. this was definitely not like a long-term plan. Like Gordon, he's been building his army, and the day I got the castles, and someone showed me that you could do these huge castles, and I ever thought about his army. I was like, man, it'd be cool to build an army from the stuff that I really like, which is the Nexo Knights. And the more and more the conversation went, the more and more it became like a real thing we're gonna do. So it's like at some point we just need to decide this is a thing we're doing and really go in. So now I'm trying to find people who will help support the idea of building this Nexo Knights army, because it is not easy to find reasonably priced Nexo Knights characters. They're expensive most places, so trying to get anybody who has some to be willing to sell them at a reasonable price is not easy. So looking on trying to do that. These are still technical bricks with clips, basically. So I'm trying to figure that out. I actually contacted a guy who's got a handful of them, seemed really interested in the idea of an Nexo Knights army to say, and he has a bricklink store. So what I was thinking was, could I get them from you at a very reasonable price? Like maybe you mark them down to $1 something a piece. You're getting them to me at a discount. Count that as like advertising costs, and I'll put you know, a partial sponsorship buy, and like put a sign out front and QR code to his store and whatever, so that way people maybe buy some more stuff from his store. So make it an advertising investment rather than just giving up parts. How many people are really buying Nexo Knights? Is it something that he could sell to me and generate more interest in the rest of his parts? I think that's probably something he could do. So, especially if I make the QR code something that automatically adds their store as a favorite, which is something I think I could probably do. We'll see. Still going and finding a handful of high value cards. Just found one for like $6. Are you listening to his stuff actively, or are you like passively kind of listening to it while I talk about it? You're trying to listen to both of us on two things? Yeah, I want to be able to show it, so I'll probably post photos and just have a comment that this wasn't completely built in September, or have photos. Problem is like I think once I build that, I'm gonna have a really hard time accepting the idea of tearing it apart to build something else. I usually do. I usually build stuff, take some pictures, show it off, and then don't have a problem getting rid of it. Something that big, I think, would be hard to want to see go anytime soon. A handful of cones, but not too many. I'm trying to decide if it's going to be worth trying to find a cone in here with all these 1x2 bricks and tubes, or 1x1 bricks and tubes, to try to find one that's a cone. I feel like that would be pretty hard, so I might just wait on those and see how many I end up with. I think it's only 2 or 3. I'll just put those over there. I got already kind of done.
That's a good point. DJ says it is a very dangerous hobby. I collect both Lego and cards, and while I absolutely love both, card collecting takes some serious restraint. It can be a bit of a gamble. Yeah, I think I would get addicted to not only going and buying the cards and opening packs, but then I would go on eBay all the time and be looking for deals. And then I'd be buying those anytime I could get one. Like,
I wonder if I put like a tiled slip in here.
I would enjoy it a little too much, I think. And I have all these things that I spent actual real life money on in like in my storage room or in storage or whatever. And I don't know if I get enough value out of at least Lego, like I can play with it, right?
Oh, I did put it right there. I was like, I knew I had one, but I don't see it. Tiles, tiles, tiles. Lots of tiles. I didn't think there were this many tiles of different kinds either.
Piles getting puny, guys.
Working on home loans too.
Whatever card that is right there in that file, it's from Evolutions, which is reprinted originally 99 cents. It won't be worth as much as the one on the screen, but probably it'll be worth something still. Okay. I'll be like one of those eBay people that when they put the box, like the PlayStation 5 box on eBay, and they're like $600 PlayStation box only. I'll do that with that. I'll do like the word reprint really small at the very end of the description. And then fool everyone, huh?
Get him. Wait, don't do that.
I hate that crap. Makes me angry.
Yeah, he's getting angry just thinking about it.
23 is worth 92 cents, just under where it needs to be. We set a hard limit at $1 on this here. $1.19 just made it.
I think I'll be okay finding tiles in this pile of tiles over here.
We got more peeps here than ever. We pulled a really, really nice card right here. In great condition, we're $300. Low price is $160. I'm gonna put mine for less than that just because the sides are really rough. I'm gonna try to get $100. I mean,
Almost sorted enough to say I can go ahead and just call it good for sorting and be ready to build. Maybe I'll do the first couple steps. Mom's not home yet. Pull all the window stuff to put with the windows? Yeah, probably. Why not? I can do that. I can see them pretty clearly.
this is gonna $2.99. I got excited when I saw that $20 on there. I'll take $2. I'll take that. Yeah. Pretty cool. Wheel. How much is wheel? Oh, is it a good one?
Some fire stuff in there.
108. Oh, darn it. 34 cents.
Grab all these bar and rod pieces. He's bailed on it.
When I shut him down off of Minecraft after like 2 hours, he
Just
had
done. Done hanging out with card shopping, or card pricing. The bucket with the weird stuff over there. I think that's probably as sorted as I need to get. A lot of this stuff is probably small. If I start running out of finding the tiles I need over here, I can assume that the tiles or whatever are over here. Check out all the ball joints and set them over there too. Almost all these ball joints are going to be dragon though. I don't know if we're even going to end up using those. Set them out of the way so they don't take up visual space here while I'm trying to sort, because I don't think they're going to end up being something we use. So find ball joint stuff. He did do that. That's true. There's all the gems over here with figures. Ball joints. There's a tube. Ball joint. Probably not. Very anticlimactic ending.
No, he wasn't being mean if you saying that. Yeah, it's possible to get into, but it takes a long time to fully get into it. I don't really have the interest in that necessarily. This isn't like one of my hobbies is collecting cards, but
Moving all the Technic pieces over.
I saw these cards. I asked the lady how much she wanted for them, and she said $15. I said, okay, let's do that. These ones are the ones that are worth more than $1. I'll show you the big collection though. We got all these, so let's just count them here. Let's just say every card in here. We all know that these are worth more than $1, right? Can we, let's go to this one. So we all know these are worth more than $1 probably. So let's just count them. 3, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10, 11, 12, 13, 14, 15, 16, 17, 18, 19, 20, 21, 22, 23, 24, 25, 26, 27, 28, 29, 30, 31, 32, 33, 34, 35, 36, 37, 38, 39, and 40.
Appreciate you keeping my stream up. The amount of like watch time and stuff helps it actually start showing up on people's feeds. So maybe eventually I'll actually be able to grow this audience a little more than we originally had. I was doing stuff on Addison's channel for a long time, if we're doing Lego, to try to drive up hers, but she's kind of started losing interest in making videos, and has drastically decreased her interest in Lego for sure. So for now, I'm gonna move this stuff to my channel and then see if that gains interest on its own as a thing where I'm building more than just Lego. It's just gonna be like Papa Bear builds stuff. Basically, is the idea, just Papa Bear builds. And when I go and finish up this arcade cabinet, which has been sitting in the garage for weeks, months, I don't know how long it's been, needs to get finished, that's for sure. And finish up my arcade cabinet, I'll do that on the channel. Like, it'll just be something that I do. I posted the stuff of the video on her channel but it was poorly, like the edit ended up weird. I gotta fix that and then get that published again. But I think what I'll end up doing is breaking it into much shorter segments, because I had like everything I had done in the first session working on it, and it was an hour long, and that forced, I think, my phone to have an error when it rendered it, and it's just easier if I keep it down to like 15-20 minutes per video, which would work out too, because it was really like 3 days worth of work, and I combined it all into one video, which probably would have been better served by breaking it into each day throughout the process. So I think I'm calling it good. These are all small parts, mostly ones that I should be able to look through and find. Maybe I should sort those by color. That's a lot sitting there together. If I had just a minimum, like kind of on the side here, have color sorting, that might be helpful. Alright, so these are all the like 1x1s, tubes and bricks,
How much would you sell these 152 cards for?
bars, rods.
Put those in the bank as they are. Could be some that are worth something. Could be some that are worth very little. Gee, it says the app seems to be accurate. How much would you put 152 Pokemon cards, all of which are like foil or whatever, or shiny, whatever you guys Pokemon Biz call them? How much would you put these on eBay for? If you were selling them, if they were your cards and you wanted to sell them, how much would you buy it now for in these bad boys? Let me know what you guys would do on those, because I am curious. Miguel says, I have like 10 $200 cards. There's no way this app is accurate. Is it? Well, ultimately, I need to go to eBay and see what the prices are. How much does this one go for on eBay? I mean, that's really where I would check it. Jedi Legord says $15. It seems a little low, doesn't it? $15 for 150 cards. Body says $200. They're not worth that though, you know. There's not a card here that's worth more than $1, at least according to that app. Bertolot says 40 or best offer. Oh, maybe you go 50 or best offer, and then they offer $40.
Scoop all these slopes out, because those would be nice to find.
Very specific. Very specific. Which ones are worth more? It's the ones with the holographic center, right?
I hear the
The picture that's holographic. Like,
washer or dryer going off, kind of cueing me that I need to probably go ahead and close out this session. Go start cleaning.
Try to find ones that have like the picture inside. Like that one does. That one has some.
Ooh, 1x2s with clips, 1x2 slipped, 1x2, 1x2, just standards. I can just kind of sort them over here. They don't have to be, because there's just not enough to rate needing a whole bin.
You know, like they're just cards. I guess I'd have to see how much I want to throw down for those. Picture ones are worth more, but not. Thank you, Jedi. Oh boy. I don't know. 150 cards. Man, even if I did 50 sets of these, they're not all worth that though. I'd want to do a deal on them, I guess, since they're, you know, the condition's not guaranteed. I couldn't even really show all that's in there. It would just be like a mystery one. Probably what I would do if I sold them is I would do like a picture like this, where I just have them all out like this, and the person can at least see somewhat of what's in there. But I can spread them out on my table as best as I can. Take tons of photos of it. Take like.
Yeah, Andy, same. I probably need to stop and start on housework. Thanks for hanging out. I'll be ending here shortly, I'm sure. I just needed
I wouldn't let eBay out of the equation entirely. You know?
to include some kind of
I've got a thing here.
video of me sorting it, and this just seems like the easiest way to get it recorded and potentially keep talking to people and driving up interest. And I'm just sitting here listening to Greg anyways, might as well
Try doing like some
live stream myself.
Sometimes it works.
People may come back and watch it later, but probably not.
Well, at least we have those narrowed down. I'd love to look up some of these GX cards and see what they're worth. What was that one that was worth quite a bit? I can't remember the guy's name. I think I put it in the sleeve. One of these is worth something. I gotta look up more of those GX cards.
These all are ones with like clips and bars and things over here. Make them a little bit easier to find. Can always sort more. It's a little. That's a little bit of a problem with sorting. Is you can just keep going. I'm just trying to make it easier on myself for later. Problem's gonna be too is I'll have stuff sorted and be like, oh man, where did I put those particular pieces, and have to look around and try to find it. But I don't think it'd be too bad. Also can't end up with the whole table covered in sorted pieces and not be able to actually build. But I think I'll be okay because the build is going to be pretty small as far as like surface area at the bottom. It's just tall, so might need double the amount of space that it takes up, so that way I can build a section, which is my guess, and then put it on top. Probably how it's going to end up being. Okay, I feel like the rest of this is pretty manageable as a whole bunch of stuff in a small pile on the side thing. Yeah, we'll call that good for now. These can go back over here. Tons of pieces in there. These are all 1x2s, but they're just like jumpers. So put that down. So that's sort of just the small stuff to the side. These are all 1x2 slope pieces. Take these 1x2 rounds. I'm guessing most of these are dragon related pieces, but okay, so I'm going to close off my live stream. I'm going to probably start cleaning house, and I'll be able to come back probably tonight, maybe. We'll see. And start the first few steps of actually building this thing. I'm excited to build the tower, and it may end up being that we need to build multiple towers. I really don't like the other alternative build, so it'll probably end up being 2 towers that I build, if not something different. Build like a larger keep tower that's the same height, maybe double wide. Alright, thanks for hanging out. I'm gonna go on to cleaning the house. That was just sorting. Took a while. Well, how long is it? An hour and 10 minutes for sorting. Okay. I'm looking forward to building this though, but at least now it's kind of somewhat organized in a way that I can hopefully follow the instructions. Although, where am I going to put the instruction book? It's underneath over there. Well, let's figure it out. Maybe I'll get one more tray for all the tile stuff, and I can just put that somewhere else. So. Okay,